Hi, this is Bill Mitchell with Flat Branch Home Loans, NMLS ID number 1720573, recording this video for the second time because the last time my mic was muted the entire time. The joys of creating content. Okay, today's video I'm going to focus on what I think is one of the biggest mistakes that first-time homebuyers make, and that is negotiating over the price of the home rather than negotiating for things like seller credits, which you can use to lower your closing costs and potentially even lower your interest rates, ultimately meaning more savings for you either now or over time. But before we begin, obligatory disclosure: your actual rates, payments, and costs could be higher. Get an official loan estimate before choosing a loan. All right, so gonna scroll down here and take a look at this cost analysis. And what we're looking at here is just a hypothetical $100,000 home that's for sale, right? And so let's assume for a second that you're looking at a $100,000 home. You're wanting to put about 3% down, and so that's going to result in a monthly payment about $900 per month, a little bit over, and cash to close a little bit less than $8,000. Cash to close, of course, is going to include down payment, closing costs, and basically prepaids, things like your insurance. And the monthly payment is going to include the loan, as well as estimated taxes and estimated homeowners insurance, as well as things like PMI or mortgage insurance. So I will leave the link to this cost analysis in the description or in the comments, depending on where you're viewing this video. And if you have any questions, you can just access that link there. Now, a lot of times I will see first-time homebuyers try to negotiate and try to get a deal. You know what I mean? And what they're doing here is they're basically saying, all right, I'm going to negotiate. Maybe they go in at, $94,000, $93,000, and they try to negotiate, and you end up settling on $97,000. And they think, yeah, I just saved $3,000. Well, you did, but it's going to take a little bit of time. So really what you did is you lowered your monthly payment down to about $888, which saves you about $18.45 per month. You saved yourself about $100 worth of closing costs here. And so when you take a look at this option here, it's actually going to take you about 13 years before you actually save $3,000. And so honestly, I feel like that's such a waste to negotiate over the price of the home when you think you're saving yourself $3,000. You're not. At least you're not for the first 13 years, right? What I would advise doing in that situation, and this is of course with you discussing this with your realtor. Obviously, they're the negotiation experts. I just know how to make the numbers work. But assuming that your realtor is telling you, yes, the home is worth $100,000, the home will most likely appraise for $100,000. If you think that you're in a position where you can negotiate, I would highly encourage you to go ahead and offer the full $100,000. But instead of asking for that $3,000 off of the price of the home, ask for that in seller credits, which you can use to lower your closing costs. So instead of this option over here where we're paying, close to $8,000, we're reducing that down to just under $5,000, and we have an extra $3,000 saved for when we, maybe we're going to tear up some carpet and put down some new flooring. Maybe you want to do some new paint. Maybe you want to install some new cabinets. I don't know. Whatever the case might be, you've got $3,000 extra to do that with, right? The other thing is, hey, maybe in a situation, we don't have $8,000 saved. We have $5,000 saved. Well, in this instance, now you're able to afford the home, whereas before you weren't able to, right? So there is an alternative option, and I won't go into detail why this is not a great idea right now, but you could negotiate for that $3,000 seller credit, again, in this hypothetical scenario, and you could lower the interest rate based on the numbers that I ran, about 5.25%. That's going to lower the monthly payment down to about $861, saving you about $45 per month. And this is the same $3,000 that the sellers are parting with over here. Over here, it costs the sellers $3,000, and over here, it costs the sellers $3,000. So the reality is that the sellers are losing $3,000 regardless. These two options give you either A, more savings on the monthly payment side, or B, more savings as far as your cash to close and getting those dollars in your pocket right now. So Anyway, let me know what you think. If you disagree with this, I would love to hear why. If you think this is a great strategy, then tell me that too, because, hey, who doesn't like a little encouragement, right? So, all right. Obviously, if you have any questions, I'd love to hear about those in the comments. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll talk again soon. Bye-bye.